I started Deadstock in 2014. That's when I put it all together. I left Nike in August 2014 and just saw the opportunity to move on. I always tell people, if you're gonna quit, then you're just gonna quit. And there were many times in there where I wanted to quit. Leadership, didn't get the projects I wanted, wasn't moving as fast as I thought I would be able to, so whatever. Ultimately, the reason why I quit was because I was at my desk and my phone went off to leave, and I snoozed it, and then I completely forgot. And the thing that I completely forgot about was my best friend's wedding rehearsal. I was supposed to be there. I was the best man. I snoozed my phone. And I realized at that moment that that place or that job was in control of my life. And I almost missed the greatest day of my best friend's life because I was working. And after that happened, I quit 2 days later. I started out Deadstock in August of 2014. That was when I left Nike, and I just started to pursue all of it. So if you look on some documents, it says 2014. Opened up like a small stand inside Compound, the shoe store. RIP Compound actually just closed not too long ago, but Compound used to be right across the street from where Deadstock is. And I used to have my stand in the doorway during the morning, and then we would break for like a half hour to move everything upstairs, and then I was upstairs in Compound in the afternoon. I did that for about 6 months, and then went on a trip that I was hoping to go on with work and just never got the opportunity to Japan. Helped out the homies from Fat Lace, Mark Arsenal and all them at a car show that they were doing out at Fuji Speedway, and just got as much inspiration as I could while I was in Japan, and really started to understand the idea of the power of small spaces. Everything in Japan is pretty small, and just how much energy, like everything that I've always wanted to do in life as a sneakerhead, as a person in the industry. I like design, I like all these different things, I like cars. In Japan is the pinnacle. I finally got to go there and realize that these things that I thought were massive places are really only a few hundred square feet. And there's just so much power and energy that comes out of those spaces. And my thought from when I first wanted the coffee shop was to have a coffee shop, a gallery, of this or that, and have like 3,000 square feet. But the space that was available to me when I came back from Japan was 500. Actually, it was 400. And I just figured that was the opportunity that was there, so I'm gonna take it. And I tried to build as much energy and as much as I could in that small space. So we moved Deadstock from Compound into the permanent location where we are now in March of 2015. And since then, it's just been cracking. Everybody comes in, they come in because they see the energy that we have, social media, or what they hear from other people, all that kind of stuff. When they come in and they realize like, oh, the space is actually really small. And I said 400 earlier, we now have 500 square feet. We pushed the wall back into the garage a little bit. Even with our small space, we're all about creating that energy and that vibe around the sneaker and the coffee culture. And which leads me into what our mission statement used to be and what it is now. Our mission statement used to be to make the coffee snob and the sneakerhead homies over love of all things premium. So people used to always say like, oh, how are you gonna do coffee and sneakers together? Well, coffee people, especially in Portland, really love that like expensive, crazy cup. They're willing to spend $3 to $5, $6 a day on their cup of coffee. Sneakerheads, we like those materials or those whatever, and we do spend a lot of money on the same thing over and over again, so don't get it twisted. It is kind of dumb. But at the end of a month, coffee people spend way more money than sneaker people do. From my perspective, sneaker people get to keep what they invested in. Coffee people don't, right? At the beginning, the thought was just to make coffee people and sneaker people friends. Like, how do we just put those two cultures together? And how do we do that, like, from the brand perspective and this and events and all that? So we were doing, Universal Music hit us up and was like, we want you to do a Migos listening party for Culture 2. And I said, I'll only do it if we can also do a latte art throwdown at the same time. They were like, that sounds crazy. Of course it did sound crazy, but then we had this, like, two different cultures coming together and now appreciating each other. And stuff like that, opportunities like that are just what we've been doing for a long time. Over the years though, I started to understand that we were larger than just coffee and just sneakers. People ask all the time, like, oh, what shoes should I wear when I come in? Or is it okay if I'm not a sneakerhead or whatever? But really what we're about is you just getting what you want. for the longest time, and even still now, we don't have a menu because the real story is because I forgot to make one in the beginning. But what I understood over time is that people really already just know what they want. And so what we try to do is give people the opportunity to just order what they want. And we can make you whatever you want. We do have some seasonal stuff, but for the most part, we don't have a menu. Our whole thing is really just getting people what they want, giving people the opportunity to have what they like. You get to do what you want. We let people wear whatever they want. Like, we tried aprons for a while, but it was covering up people's fits and like all that kind of stuff. And so to go to make the coffee snob and the sneakerhead friends, we took it to, we provide the vibe to get you to your next thing. So whatever it is, if it's that you come in because you need a break from work for a moment, if it's that you're starting your day with us, or if it's that you are on a date or you're catching up with somebody you haven't seen in a long time, like I did when I first started going to coffee shops. Honestly, I first started really going to coffee shops around the time when I was trying to find opportunities to hang out with my friends. Wasn't really a coffee drinker before. Actually, don't really drink coffee now. But to really look at what the space is and what it is and what Deadstock is outside of that, looking at people post pictures of hats, like the coffee hat that they saw in the wild at like somebody who's stocking shelves at like Whole Foods, or there's people coming in to buy t-shirts because they have a date later. We are providing whatever it is, like we make people feel good. And so that new mission statement is really about helping people feel good, giving people the opportunity to feel good about whatever it is that they got coming up.